to me.
It's sexy. Yeah. It's sexy. Yeah. Sexy.
My name is Monica Madrid with Football is Sexy, and I'm here today not only with the crew, M. Shay and Sanaz, sometimes Sanasty, but our very first guest for our in-season podcast, the owner, the man of the hour, and the man, period, Johnny Buss.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're so happy to have you.
Be here.
Oh
it's
my
great
God.
to be here in my own place.
Right. Does it look familiar?
No, it's wonderful. How do you like the Ice House? It's our little VIP room here, all set up. It's great.
We
It's
adore
amazing.
the Ice House. Not only is this place like such a legendary venue that you have done a huge service to the community by just bringing it back to life for all of us. I don't know if many people know this is the oldest comedy club in the United States.
Yep.
Thank you.
And
Yep.
thanks again to the Buss family. It's a place that you feel comfortable at. You come here and you're watching an intimate show. You've got great talent every week here. And we get to film here because you're that kind to us. So I love
Yes,
it.
and we're going to get into that.
Very
But
upscale comedy club, I have to say that.
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean, when
Yeah.
you say this is not your
The
average,
food.
This is not your average comedy club.
no,
This is
it's gorgeous.
this is up.
Okay, but the food is amazing.
Elevated.
Can we admit it?
The food's amazing.
I could eat
That
And
chocolate cake
there's-
thing?
Well, and let's talk about this. What
Okay.
I love about is how you became owner and I'm going to let you tell the story.
Yeah.
What made you, by the way, we'll get into the Lakers and all that good stuff,
Yeah.
but what made you want to open the club?
Well, it kind of does work into the Laker organization and my father.
Right.
My dad and I would always talk about having our own comedy club, right? And what he was is, as he had the Lakers, he had the Kings early on, and he was at the Forum every single night. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And on the off nights, he wanted some place to go. And he's very well known for going out to clubs and bringing his entourage and everything like that. But he said, gosh, wouldn't it be nice to have our own club, like a variety club, and do comedy and music and things like that. And we could hang out after the games. We could go on off days, things like that. And we literally talked about it for at least 20 years.
Wow, 20
Yeah,
years.
and we always said, our club could have this, or these chairs here, we should have chairs like this, And I mean, he was really funny. He was almost like a designer in his second life. So we talked about it, and he passed away in 2013. But I continued to find my way after that, and there was nobody to talk to about our comedy club. What happened? And I said, well, maybe I'll just fulfill that dream of ours. And
So cool.
I called a friend. Actually, the friend called me, and he said, hey, what are you doing these days? And I said, well, I'm actually searching for a comedy club. And he said, oh, I'm really good friends with the owner of the Ice House, and I think it's for sale.
No.
Wow.
I mean,
That's like
Did you
divine.
just, like,
talk
intervention.
about manifestation
Yeah,
or serendipity,
Yeah,
whatever you
easily
want to call it.
manifested that.
Wow.
It was amazing. And I said, call him right now. Call him right now, and I'll buy it. And so we had lunch, and the deal was struck right then and there.
No
my gosh.
way. That is so amazing. I love that. It's like a nod to your father.
legacy. It's a
legacy
legacy.
For sure.
continued.
Yeah, it was
And-
really interesting. So this has Laker roots in a weird sort of way.
Right.
Absolutely. The purple touches. We feel it. We
Yeah.
feel the Lakers. Lakers.
I-
energy
The Laker
here.
vibe is here. And
Yeah.
and if you're cool enough to get in the VIP room, I have been cool enough. Thank you to you and Penny, which we're gonna get into. We're gonna talk to you about Penny. I'm saying there's been some big names in this VIP
For
room.
sure.
Maybe I won't
absolutely.
say them, but big.
And bigger to come.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
And if you don't mind, I would like to just tell you that I relate to that so much. I lost my dad in 2014.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And my dad, as most everybody knows, was a huge football fan, diehard Niner fan. And so Football is Sexy is literally my nod to my father.
Wow.
And thank you, because of you, we're doing all of this here. So
Isn't that unreal, though?
There's a
This
story.
place is
Isn't
just
that crazy?
that
It
connection.
It is.
This place has.
It's wonderful. I mean, that's human way and the way the earth turns. So things happen, but you really do. I truly believe in manifestation and the belief that if you put it out there, it's going to come to you. So law of attraction. And here we are. And a lot of the club was remodeled, as you know, and a lot of the remodeling, especially this room, was remodeled after what my father did at the Forum and
I did
what
not
was
know that.
initially called the press room, and then the VIP room, or the chairman's lounge, as it was officially called. And I dedicated this room to my father. There's a plaque out front, but I called it the ice box, okay, to try to coincide with the ice house, right? Now, the ice box was my father's small box on the ice when he owned the Kings, okay? And he had tickets printed up, so I think there were six or eight seats in this little ice box, right? And it was in between the players. Fantastic place to sit. And he would have tickets printed up, and it said Jerry Buss's ice box.
So
Right.
cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
So when he sold the Kings, of course, we were all sad. I was playing hockey at that time, and I was
What
pretty sad
position?
about
What
having
position?
to sell him. I was a goalie.
Okay.
I was a goalie.
See?
I
How
got
many
to
people do
practice
that?
with the Kings and everything like that. So
Okay.
yeah, I got to try to stop the Triple Crown, which I never did. I might have gotten one out of there, but it all fits.
Right.
It all fits, and I'm just so happy to be here and have a comedy club, and then all these wonderful people like you guys coming in here and helping us out, but also just enjoying what we all love, and that is sports
Absolutely. And
sexiness, of
And-
course.
Of course.
and
Hand in hand.
sexiness. I don't think we should forget about all the amazing things that you've done for women in
Yes.
sports. I mean, what you guys did with the Sparks is amazing. Do you want to tell us? And I would love to hear a little bit about your relationship with Penny Toller, who is my good friend.
And who is the
Yeah,
general
yeah.
manager of this establishment.
And
right.
yeah,
That's right.
You called in the MVP. How did that? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, we started the league in 1997, right? So I worked on getting it prepared for a year before that. So I actually dedicated about 11 years of my life to women's basketball.
It's amazing.
Incredible.
Penny was one of our star players, a point guard, and we just had an immediate relationship. Let's say, I believed in her. She had great things to say, help us form the team. We lost in a rough playoff situation with Phoenix our first year, but Penny always had the ideas. Well, this is what we should do. This is what we should do. Yeah. And being new to women's basketball, I just kind of let her tell her piece. Of course, all the other players wanted their time with me too, but talking in my ear, we should do this. But Penny and I just had this real connection that was just beautiful, right? And she said, I want to be general manager.
Sounds like Penny.
I mean, literally just came out
Those
and
of you
said,
who
I
know
want to be
Penny.
general manager.
Yeah.
I said, well, but we're going to lose our best point guard. What are you talking about? I can't do that. And she goes, well, I'm going to retire. How's that?
Oh.
I go, well, you can't retire.
That's not an ultimatum.
That's not how it goes.
No.
But So I think it was right at the third season. Penny did retire, and I made her general manager. We won 2 championships, got into the finals a third time. And it was a wonderful situation then. She helped inspire me and inspire the other players. She knew what she was talking about. She was a great businesswoman. And she continued with the Sparks even though we sold them. So she won another championship in there.
Right.
And when I bought this, it was right at the time that she left the Sparks.
Right.
And again, it was a phone call just to say, hey, how's it going? And I said, oh, well, I own a comedy club now. Isn't that crazy? And she goes, no kidding. I said, yeah, and I'm looking for a general manager.
Oh, no way.
Look at that
Sure
divine
enough.
timing yet
I
again.
know, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's the law of attraction.
Yes.
It's this, you know. And now Penny has been the general manager since we, for the 7 months that we've been open now. And why not continue? We're doing fantastic. We're selling out shows, great shows, funny shows. all that
they're
kind of
great.
stuff. So,
Yes.
and, she brought you guys in. So
Yes.
That's
Shout out to
another-
Penny.
So grateful.
another feather in the cap. So
I would be remiss. I think we all would be remiss if we didn't talk about this subject because, like we just said, like Johnny, you do so much for women in sports. You believe in women in a different way, and it's such obviously a reminder and homage to the late great Kobe Bryant,
thank you.
who was a part of your family. And I actually get emotional.
Yeah,
if I
his
get too into
father
it.
was our coach at the end there.
Yeah, and I would love to hear a little bit about your relationship with Kobe and kind of what that's done to you and impacted you and how you feel about that.
Yeah, well, Kobe and I actually had more of a friction relationship. I don't really. It's difficult because when a player kind of criticizes management and vice versa, and that really causes some problems. Early on in his career, he criticized management, and it kind of pushed me the wrong way, but. At the same time, he was one of the few players that actually showed up to Sparks games,
Right.
With his mom and dad, and it was fantastic. So we had a good relationship because it was always, hey, how's it going, kind of thing. But at the same time, at some point, one of the reporters grabbed hold of. Me talking about that Kobe wanted to be traded.
Yeah, one
And,
little thing you said that blew up.
I mean, we went
Oh,
through
that's
that
right,
with Magic Johnson, and it was like, oh no, not again.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go again. And it was like, a reporter grabbed a hold of that and said, Johnny said, oh, here we go again.
Right.
That upset Kobe, and but it was like, hey, all I meant was, here we go again.
Yeah.
Hey, commit yourself to the Lakers. It's the best place to play. It's the way to
100%.
go. And look at what has happened with not only Kobe as a player, but after his career and all that he was getting involved in.
Yeah.
Legacy. Yes.
The legacy was going to continue. You could see it.
Yeah.
And it was devastating because the crash only happened, less than probably 5 miles from my home.
I was gonna.
yeah.
How did you hear about it?
Yeah, what were your first initial thoughts?
Somebody texts me and goes, "Oh my gosh, Kobe died." And I go, "What?" You don't believe that kind of stuff,
wow.
because you almost see him as immortal.
Right.
Right,
Truly, some of these players, and it was like, oh yeah, right, okay, joke,
Right.
But it was not a joke, and you turn on the TV and you see this, and I go, oh my gosh, that's only right over here. Should we drive over there? Oh my gosh, is he okay? Is he really dead, or is he okay? Or what's going on? So it was just like everybody else trying to find out what was going on with Kobe and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, should I call Joe, his father, Jelly Bean?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So it was just tragic all around. And then, the other people that were also killed, just tragic all around. It was a very sad time, and it's continuing to be sad. When you see his daughter throw out the baseball at the Dodger game, I mean, it just tears just I'm sure came to everybody's eyes. Very difficult, but again, like you said, that the legend is going to live on through her, and I really believe in her and his wife, and let's see how it goes.
You guys too, though.
A spark, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But no, you guys too. I mean, the Laker organization is going to be unveiling a new statue in honor of Kobe
that's
and
gonna be
Gigi, which I
another-
think is, I mean, you go to a Laker game, guys. Again, Showtime is coined for a reason. This man's dad was a genius. He's clearly a genius. But
If you haven't figured it out, she's a diehard.
I'm a
Laker
diehard
fan.
Laker
She's,
fan.
she's trying not to
I
fan
am.
out right now.
I
She's
am.
doing really good.
I'm doing really
we
well.
gotta be honest. She's a diehard Laker.
But there's
fan.
just a different atmosphere when you go to a Laker game, and adding that, I think, statue is just going to solidify like what a team has done for a community, and it's really brought a community together, and it can bring together. I mean, like, as crazy as it sounds, like gang war issues, like they still like the Lakers. They're okay in that moment. So I just think your family's done so much for women in sports and for the city of LA, and it's an honor for you to be here. But I do have to ask you, why are you wearing a Denver shirt?
I was going to ask that too. Is there a story behind this?
Poor
or is
Johnny.
It just like the
He didn't
cutest
know
shirt?
Did we lose a
What's going
bet?
on?
No, I thought I would kind of mix it up here.
Okay.
Maybe expecting a Rams shirt or 49ers
I like you
shirt
changed
or
it
something
up.
like that.
Yeah.
But actually, it's truthfully, I got this shirt to pay homage to the Nuggets, our champions.
What a nice
on
guy.
the west here.
Giving some love.
Yeah,
I like
I
that.
do, and a great respect to the Nuggets. They played an incredible season.
True.
And well deserved. But also,
I like
I
it.
did watch the Broncos this weekend.
What were your
And,
thoughts?
Well,
yeah, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's funny how football is starting out with one score wins or losses. I mean, when either way for so many teams so far, the first week of in the NFL. I mean, yeah, NFL.
Speaking of the wait, were you going to give us a little more on the Broncos?
A little more on the Broncos. Well, no, I love the Raiders.
I'm waiting for it. Who's your?
I love
I
the
know
Raiders.
we're putting on the
But
spot,
I'll tell you what, the game that I'm looking forward to right now,
Okay.
Tell us.
No, I
what
don't.
is it? I mean, it's going to be incredible. It might be the best game of the season.
You're making
Dallas
me
and
nervous.
Niners?
Dallas
The
Niners?
the Niners and the Rams.
Oh, this week?
okay,
Are we going?
I'm actually going to be in Eugene, Oregon for a track meet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know-
well, wait a minute. Well, I want to stay on football for a minute.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I think there's some things that a lot of people probably don't know, but it was very close that you might have owned the Cowboys, your dad?
That is correct.
Your dad might have owned the Dallas Cowboys. There would be no Can you imagine the NFL with no Jerry Jones? Can you tell us a little bit
But
about
add
that?
Dr.
I would
Buzz?
love to hear this.
Well, there was a point where the Cowboys were for sale, and my dad put in a bid. He put in the highest bid, and they called him up, and I was actually in his office when they called him.
Oh my gosh.
And
Exclusive right here.
and it said, "Well, Jerry, it looks like you're going to be the next owner of the Dallas Cowboys." And he hung up the phone, and he was like, "God, can you believe it, Johnny? You're gonna have to be the one that goes to Dallas."
Oh my God.
I mean, this first son kind of thing. I'm always the one that gets
Thrown in there?
Thrown in there. And I thought, oh my God, Dallas. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Yeah, sure. And he said, we got him. We got him. It was the next day, I guess it was in the newspapers that my father was one of the top bidders for the team, and I guess people had a fit.
They didn't like it
They didn't like it.
because he was an outsider.
He was an outsider, plus he was a playboy. They didn't like
No.
the whole idea that he was, you know, a wild celebrity.
He was a
in-
good
in
time.
Los
He was
Angeles.
a good time.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
yeah, you know. Well, I mean, it was early in the Lakers period of time, and you know, it was just one of those things where
He was living his best life.
He was.
Haters.
Right?
I know.
Haters.
They're just jealous.
Yeah.
They're
over
just
it.
jealous.
So I guess they talked Jerry Jones into bidding it a little bit higher than my father, and that was it.
Wow.
And they immediately
Big
gave it to him.
mistake. Huge.
That's a crazy story that a lot of people I think don't know. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That could have just changed so many
NFL
things.
history.
Oh my God.
But did he just say his favorite team, your NFL team, is the Raiders? Is that serious?
Or the Rams.
No,
the
it is. Well, it's actually the 49ers, but okay,
I didn't know that.
but since I was a little kid, it's always been the 49ers. But
Wow.
See, even I was going to ask you, but I did not get prepared for that. I almost want
but
to hug
the
you.
thing was that I was also obviously a big Rams fan. I went to football camp and. You know, I was trained by some of the Rams players there. I was only 12 years old, but you know, I mean, it was fantastic going to that kind of football camp. So, you know, you kind of just see Roman Gabriel was one of our people there. So it was great. I met Roman Gabriel. So now all of a sudden I become a Rams fan, and then. You know, through the years, you're moving where?
I know.
To St. Louis?
Disappointing.
Well,
I know.
F you.
Right?
Just like every other LA fan.
It was a
you
bad
know,
breakup.
F you.
Right.
You know, did you kill your husband? Or you know,
Right?
You know,
Right?
What really
What
happened?
really
there?
happened?
You know? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, you know.
Allegedly. Most fans agreed that he was
But
knocked
you know, the
off.
thing was that it, you know, so during that period of time in St. Louis, of course, I end up marrying a girl from St. Louis, and so you know she's.
Oh, I think we know her.
You know, oh, really?
Is her name Christy?
Christy?
Oh,
Yes.
we know Christy Bus.
Oh, do you?
We love
oh
Christy.
my gosh,
Yeah.
Christy, she's great. She's great. And you know, it was like, should I become a Rams fan again, or
You married
I don't
in.
know if I can do that. You know, but so you know, I started going back to feeling love for the 49ers, and so I'll always have that deep one because that was really kind of the first team as a little kid that I enjoyed. It was probably because of the 49ers, and you know that's what you study in school. And 49ers, oh that's great. I know about the 49ers. You know,
Fourth grade
That kind of
history.
thing.
Yeah.
And
The gold miners.
I'm curious how many fans out there don't even know why the San Francisco's named the 49ers.
That's a good
you know?
point. That's a good point. If you're not from California, do
Yeah,
you
you
really
know.
know? Yeah.
49ers. Okay, why is that? But anyway, so I enjoy it. But, you know, now I've been to SoFi, a beautiful stadium.
Gorgeous.
You know, I watched the Rams. I love them. Played great over the weekend. My gosh, you know, and now I can't wait for the
I'm gonna be
the
there.
clash.
I'm gonna be there.
I mean, did you see their game against Seattle? Did you watch it?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I don't know if anybody knows
You
this.
mean a
but,
trouncing?
well, okay. So
I was shocked. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah,
I
well,
didn't think
Cooper
they were gonna
Kupp was
pull
out, right? So this kid, a 5th round draft
Yeah.
pick called Puka Nakua, I believe. If I said his name wrong, I'm sorry. I have a weird name too.
Gave it a shot.
He had 15 touches. He comes in out of nowhere, a 5th round draft pick. That's what week
Isn't that
one football
fantastic?
is. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't you love it?
And Seattle's actually the loudest place to play.
Yeah.
I've gone there. They do that decibel reading with
crazy.
the counter. It is so loud and hard to play in there. And this kid went in there and just crushed it.
Incredible.
Well, you talk about Cup, but you know I have to bow my head for Aaron Rodgers right now.
Oh my gosh.
You
Can we
know,
talk about that?
I just hope he is okay. You know, but
He's
if
going to
it
be
is-
out for the season.
Yeah,
ESPN
if it
confirmed.
is,
It's confirmed.
It is confirmed.
Yeah.
And Kobe had that, and it took him over a year to get back. But we hope the best for him. I thought Wilson played a great game to finish off. And what was it, the Wilson brothers? No, I'm just kidding. the Wilson, we win.
Oh my God.
There were brothers, Dalvin Cook and Justin Cook, on opposite sides. They were playing in that game. So.
But you know
Yeah.
who stood out last night was, and Diana and I were talking about this, was Gibson. I mean, the run back, undrafted guy.
Oh, sure.
I mean,
story.
that's why you gotta love sports, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine, especially coming from a sports family? Like, I can't even imagine what it would be like to not be a sports fan, especially a football fan, of course. But undrafted, first Monday night game. Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback in New York. 9/11 not festivities, but like paying, celebrating the firefight, and then you get the winning run back, like
Huge.
Magical.
huge.
Oh, yeah. Magical.
And he just didn't he just
People are going to start watching Hard Knocks now.
Oh,
Yes.
it was great.
Yes.
It was great. And I love that you're a 49er fan. I want to fan out later when we talk about the 49ers. But is there anything that maybe nobody knows about you in like a 49er moment, maybe on or off the field, with any players or anything like that?
No, not any true. I'm actually a very quiet sports fan for pretty much all sports.
Okay.
I just love competition. Okay. Now I'm a race car driver.
Yes.
So I love competition, and I love the heat of competition. So I love all sports. My favorite sport is track and field. So that's why I'm going up to Eugene, Oregon to see the
I had no idea.
And I heard tennis.
Shikari.
Like you love tennis as well, I think. Penny
Well,
said?
tennis. I spent a lot of years in tennis. That's how I started in sports. That's how my father started in sports with world team tennis.
So crazy.
I was 16 years old, and he bought a team in world team tennis. And
a tennis team?
then if you've watched Winning Time, they talk about how I was engaged to a tennis player and traveled the world, which is true. But it didn't happen during the Lakers season. That was a little stretch on the timeline there. But so tennis was my life for about 5 years. I mean, I lived, breathed, and carried rackets for my fiance all over the world. But I did play. I played well. I tried to get on the Trojan tennis team at one point.
Oh, wow.
Because I was attending USC. But tennis was at the time. You could just imagine the late 70s when everybody was playing tennis.
Yeah,
Everyone.
everybody.
I mean, it was the biggest sport that of all time, and now you see the Williams sisters and Coco over the weekend, winning the U.S. Open, is tennis coming back?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think
Or is pickleball ruining the whole thing?
cannot
Oh,
stand it.
boy.
You know?
I think
tennis fan.
I think all the
Enhancing.
tennis fans are so not happy with pickleball, but but all the people that can't play tennis are like really enjoying pickleball. I've tried it.
Yeah.
It was fun, but it's just not tennis.
You started seeing all the celebrities at the U.S. Open again, and I mean, maybe there's a resurgence in tennis. I don't know, but what goes around comes around. Maybe I'll be involved in tennis in the future. Who knows?
Ooh, that a little hint, a little exclusive.
A little exclusive. So I mean, race car driving, hockey, tennis.
Oh, wait, race car. Hold on. Are we talking like NASCAR or like F1? What's that
No,
And are
I-
you still currently like? Tell us a little bit about that.
Are you still
Well-
Dominic Torettoing it behind the wheel?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, here's the story. I would love ditching high school, and my friend and I would pack up our motorcycles and we'd go and tool around in the mountains.
Oh my!
And I heard
On
Glen
the
Helen,
fire-
Glen Helen area.
Well, Glen Helen, I've been to Glen Helen, but no, we would just go up into the Santa Monica Mountains on the fire roads.
Wow.
And every once in a while we'd get chased, and stuff like that. But we would always dump our bikes over at Will Rogers Park there. And I mean, it was a fun time. But then I started racing motocross, Indian Dunes, Glen Helen, places like that. So, and actually, there was a place called Ascot Park where, who was it? Andy Granatelli's family or something like that was part of, or something like that. So
Basketball is a little less.
little less dangerous, yeah. So anyway, I promised him I wouldn't race, but I mean, it was
That
in my blood.
doesn't leave you though.
It was
you know?
in my
It's in your blood.
So I'm older, so I decide, well, I'm going to start racing off road. So I started in a small buggy and worked my way up to trophy truck and trophy truck light, and I won the longest race in America, and that was the Vegas to Reno race. It was 620 miles.
Wow, that's like
that
that's
was
like going
my-
to San Francisco, isn't it? Like,
Oh yeah,
that's like
crazy.
that's a long way away.
Oh, it was- now add rocks and hills
Oh
and
my
mountains and,
God.
Obstacles.
That's crazy.
and cows and
Oh
I
my
mean
God.
it was crazy. It's a wonderful race though. And I was running the Mexico races, Baja 500, Baja 1000. Then that was my last race, the 1000 at the end of 2017. And I mean, it was fantastic. I love racing. I miss it. I probably would still be racing if it wasn't for the ice house right now.
I was gonna say, how do you divide your time with all of these amazing passions that you have, along with the ice house? And I have to ask, are you still singing? I have inside scoop about this one.
Well,
I want to hear a little something.
I have my own stage now,
Yes,
and
you
so
do.
You do.
A nice one.
so like as the Blues Brothers said, we're getting the band back together. you
That would
know?
be awesome.
So
Tell the
I have
people.
talked to my in the '80s, I had a country western band that actually played all around town, but there was a place here in Pasadena that we used to play. I can't even remember the name because it was so long ago, but we had a fun outlaw country rock and roll band kind of thing. And
Can I find you on Spotify?
no,
Not yet.
I want to hear
Not
this
yet.
album.
we're
Not
talking
yet.
1984.
Oh, okay, way
86.
before, okay.
I mean, I thought about trying to get one of the songs on.
Yeah, we could do that. We know
Yes.
people.
I'll play it for you one time. But anyway, I did talk to some of the band members. We're all now in our 60s and 70s, and but now that I have my own stage, I thought, well, I'm going to bring the band back together and play here amongst my friends and have fun. And just,
We will be your
keep-
band-aids.
Can we be
Not
there?
groupies, but band-aids.
We want to be there.
Of course.
Oh my God!
Oh
we're
my
gonna,
gosh, you guys are
first
hearing it here
concert.
first.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
Johnny Bus is coming back
Football
and
is
bringing the
sexy.
back.
Okay, I have a question.
Country western is sexy.
Right? It's all right.
Get in there, MJ.
Johnny, what
Get in
do
there.
you not do? Because I feel like you do everything. I know you do comedy, you sing, you race, you tennis, you
Boring
touch
life.
everything.
You know what? This is where I have to hand it to my father for being so wonderful about allowing me and giving me the opportunities to
Right.
do so many things.
Yes.
Right. But like almost any parent, you kind of live vicariously through your children.
Yeah.
Right. He wanted to be an actor. Okay. I mean, I was
Really?
at USC drama. I was, I wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
He was a musician.
I did not know
Not
that.
many people know that.
Wow.
But he used to go on casting calls with none other than a accordion.
Oh, goodness.
Stop it right now.
my gosh.
Swear to God.
An
Swear to
accordion?
God. And
I have a picture.
Oh my God!
he
Do
said,
we need
he
pictures.
would say, Well, I don't really know how to play the accordion, but at a casting, I can play enough to where it's impressive, right?
Oh my goodness.
And here he was in his early teens, I think, when he was going out on castings with a friend of his, who ended up becoming an actor and playing in some of the old Tarzan films and stuff like that. And that guy eventually became the sales manager for the Los Angeles Lakers, much later in life. But you can tell how the Bus family kind of stays in touch with all
latch
their
on to good people.
Yeah.
You latch on to good people. Yes.
So, but he always just loved that I did all the things that he wanted to do, but
I love
just
that.
never really
That's
went through.
amazing.
So
When you talk about your father, is there anything in particular that maybe you feel comfortable sharing that like is just one of those moments that you just always hold on to? Like,
yeah, traveling with my father was amazing. Okay, he and I shared the love for history and world history. So anywhere we went, we would talk about things that happened thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, or recent. And he was just an amazing guy because he knew so much. He's such a well-read intellectual, okay, that he knew everything about anything, right? And so I would have to, Johnny, we're going to Germany. I'm going to read up on Germany because he's going to start asking me questions, and I'm going to. And so, but we shared that, and one place that we always talked about going, but never did, and that was Egypt. He had a love for Egypt and the history of Egypt, ancient history. But he never made it to Egypt. I've never been to Egypt, so
You gotta change
yeah,
that.
it's coming,
So-
right?
Yeah.
I'm looking to go to Egypt if
Yeah.
If anybody's out there,
If anybody's
I
out
love
there.
that. I think like the connections we all have, like with our dads, like that's such a beautiful thing, right? Like I have to tell you again, I'm going to sound like a homer right now, but my best memory with my dad was just sitting down, and I still remember the day my dad cried when Magic announced he had HIV. But we were watching Laker games together, and my dad and I were obsessed with Nick Van Axel. And Nick used to do this thing after a good shot where he would run and jump up in the air like a superhero. And I started doing that, and it would make my dad just laugh. And my dad was an immigrant from Iran, came here, went to USC, and always says he learned American culture by going to the Forum and watching the Lakers and watching the Kings. And like, to me, like that's everything.
great?
It really is. Like, it's just that sports can do that, or like traveling can do that, and just bring this connection with a parent that you're never going to forget.
And what's
I agree. I
amazing
agree
to
with
me is to piggyback off of that. And we all know I'm from the Bay, so I'm a Warrior fan. I have to say that. But you are now my second team, right? I have to be
Okay,
honest.
okay.
But I'm feeling
Acceptable.
the love. But I love the fandom. And I respect the Lakers always. And I always go for them as long as they don't play my boys. But thank you for giving me seats. I don't know if you know that, but Penny took me to the game you couldn't go to and the playoffs.
He's like,
the
I did not
Warrior
know
and the
that.
Laker. I know, in case you didn't know. Now you know. But sitting in Johnny's seats, killer, by the way.
But what I was going to say, if I separated myself from the Bus family and saw my father, I mean, I would be in awe of the man.
Yep.
We all are.
And
Yes, we are.
And truthfully, it really is something to now put myself in the Bus family and know that I'm his first son, and oh my gosh, this guy, I'm in awe of this guy, and I always have been. But he was a man of the world, what's that commercial where the guy that's
Oh, I know. I think I know what the commercial where he's like on a horse and all that. That guy.
the guy. Oh, and it doesn't matter. But anyway,
Fine.
I'm still in awe of my father, and what's so funny is that I'll wake up in the morning and go to brush my teeth and look in the mirror, and boom. I mean, to be
You look a lot like him.
Right?
To look like him
Right.
is another thing that's added to it. And that just sends warmth all throughout my body because I know that his spirit is in me. So, certainly his DNA and blood.
I know we could keep you here forever, but I'm sure you have other things to do, like, I don't know, race, sing, play tennis, box. I heard you're a
Run the
boxing
Laker
fan
organization.
too. Are you,
I'm not a fan of people beating up each other.
No UFC either? You don't like that?
But I have to tell you that I did attend a lot of boxing with my father, who was in the Boxing Hall of Fame, another feather for his cap.
Oh my gosh.
He is in the Boxing Hall of
I
Fame.
didn't know
and,
that.
and a
For
lot of
what?
people don't know
Yeah.
that. As a promoter,
oh,
you know.
wow.
See that.
What an amazing life.
But I would
Seriously.
sit ringside at all the forum boxing, and it was kind of fun because we would go out after boxing, and I would have blood on my pants and my shoes, and I mean it was like when you sit ringside. I mean you sit ringside, you get the action. At the same time, he was a great boxing fan. UFC has taken over, and I appreciate that. It's a great business, but boy, is it hard to watch.
Right.
It is
Well-
hard to watch, right? So, I mean, if you're not watching UFC and there's no Laker game on, what would be the sport you'd be most gravitated to turning on at your house?
Well, it's track and field.
Track and
like
field
I mentioned,
again. I love
I'm.
What event
It's
specifically?
Obviously running. Any time that you have no equipment, and the only thing that is in competition is your own ability, your own strength. You look at long jump, high jump, but then you go to pole vault, and that's fantastic. But it's you have an apparatus at that point that fast.
Do you run
Well, we're
currently?
gonna-
I wish I could.
I was gonna challenge you to a race, but I'll let it go now.
Will you be in the Olympics, do you think? Do you have that kind of talent?
Yeah, there's another one.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is 40, Tom Brady. You could do it.
I used to beat everybody at ping pong, right? I mean, I have to admit, a really, really good ping pong player when I was, again, probably 12 to 14, somewhere in there. And I said, Dad, I think I can be in the Olympics in ping pong. And he goes, you can't beat the Chinese.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah. I said,
At least he's honest.
I know. Your dad seemed like an honest guy.
well, he does. I could have continued to train until I was 20 years old, and then maybe I could have.
He killed your ping pong dream.
Don't
He
lie.
did kill my
Don't lie. You have a
ping
ping
pong
pong table upstairs in your office. I'm gonna ask.
Of course I do.
No, you do not. Do you really? Okay.
Not in my office, but I do have it in my house.
Well, listen, we want to thank you so much for coming
you.
out into your own VIP room, but mainly for letting Football Sexy, myself, the girls, make this our home. It has been a blessing. You are part of our team. And it literally is like a dream come true for us. So thank you so much. And because I do know that you are a singer, I have to ask, could you sing us out? Niner fan?
A Niner fan? Well, I guess we're going to have to do a Bay Area song, right?
Yes.
And what is the greatest Bay Area song of all time?
Tony Bennett?
I left my heart in San Francisco,
Yes.
high on a hill. She calls to me.
Amazing.
How about that?
And that is my dad's favorite song. So, oh my God.
Man of so many talents. Such a privilege to
And-
have you here. with
And you will
us.
be rocking the stage soon.
I will.
And everybody will be here.
Everybody's
Thank you.
invited.
Thank
It'll
you.
be a big
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Great
for
to see you
coming.
guys.
Thank you so much for coming and supporting.
You're so welcome.
Stay tuned for more Football Sexy. Hey, all you sexy people, it's Monica Madrid with Football is Sexy, and we are ready to talk about week 1.
Week 1, guys.
Season is off
Woof.
to the races.
Woof.
Very interesting.
But first of all, let's just give a shout out to our guest who just left the building, Mr. Johnny Buss. I mean, Laker royalty.
Ice House owner.
By the way, I have a witness. Right after we finished rapping, Johnny was talking to us, and he said something that didn't it kind of choke me up a little bit? You want to? Can you tell him?
You tell them. You say it better.
Well, Johnny we were talking about the similarities between him and his dad and me and my dad. His dad died in 2013. My father died in 2014, and how the Ice House is, like paying respect to his father who wanted to own the Ice House. And Football is Sexy is me like doing the same with Joe Madrid because he was such a big football fan. And so we had that in common. And he's like, hey, anything I can do? When you guys going to be here at the Ice House, the watch parties? And I'm like, we're here. And then he said, my dad, if he was here, he would be into this 100%.
Amazing.
He loved football and he loved women. And this would be a perfect marriage for him. So anything I can do for you guys, I'm here.
Yes.
Did he not?
He did say
those
that.
were the words out of his mouth.
Give me some love. Don't leave
Yes.
me hanging. Thank you.
Yes.
And obviously we hugged it out. So thank you, Johnny. We love you. Thank you for letting us be here. Now let's talk.
Okay.
We are going to first talk about last night and go backwards because
Okay.
this is trending probably as we're filming this. It is crazy. Right now, last I heard, Aaron is out for the season. Achilles done. Did I just say that wrong? I said Achilles.
Achilles. It's okay.
It's Mexicans. I have a lot of different. Anyway, my accent is crazy. He's out. So now there's the Jets. Last I heard are scrambling around. I have my thoughts on that. You guys go first. Let's go with Michelle. M. Shay. What did you see the game last night or not?
I saw the game.
Okay.
I cannot believe that he did not even throw that ball and it was out. Like
four plays in.
4 plays and it didn't seem real. I kept waiting for them to say he was going to come back. It was an ankle. They were going to tape it up and throw him back on the field, but it's
not
mine.
Something seemed fishy to me about that, Melissa. Here's the thing.
Tell me.
When you have the gospel sounding voice of Joe Buck, doing play-by-play for this game and our color, whichever he did, and he even goes, yeah, let's watch that play again. I really can't see what happened because no one could see what happened because it really didn't look that bad.
It's one of those injuries. I saw it this morning before I came here, and they did a close-up, and you can see it. It's not fake. You could see it, but it's one of those injuries where you're like, oh my God, I've seen worse. And nothing has happened. It's just I was watching it, and when I saw him go down and I saw the way he just kind of took a breath and just kind of like laid back down, I knew instantly he's out.
And I've been watching Hard Knocks.
He's out.
So I've been watching.
I knew it.
I've been watching how this.
Because he knew.
Yes.
I guarantee you he knew the minute. If you're a fan of the game, it was like he just knew because I just saw this like thing come over him and he just waited for the trainers. Like he knew.
Yeah, the wind, just like his spirit left his body. Like he was just like defeated. He knew there was nothing else that he could do. And watching Hard Knocks, I mean, you see how this team has really come together and how much they've depended on Aaron. Like they're every episode they're so excited. They're talking about Aaron, how it's going to be their year. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to go to the playoffs. There's been this nonstop chatter that we've been watching week after week after week on HBO, and to see now in real time the outcome, you just can't help but feel a little heartbroken for them.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember last week I said it's going to end badly for the Jets.
What was our merch that we were supposed to
I
make?
said, if you stay healthy.
If we stay healthy.
Hashtag if we stay healthy.
And who did not stay healthy.
And who did not stay healthy. And not for anything. I literally was like, I just knew anything you build up that much for so long, Aaron's the savior. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. But I did not know it was going to go badly this bad. And I didn't know it was going to go this bad this early. Wow. Like literally the memes are going crazy last night. I was trying to get some sleep, but I kept seeing these memes, girl, and they were so, football is not for the weak.
No.
You have to have
thick
a
skin.
backbone. You have to have thick skin.
Mm-hmm.
and you have to learn to laugh at your own team at
You know,
some point.
Colin Kaepernick's agent actually already reached out
I
to
know.
the Jets.
I know.
And he's like, hey, don't forget I'm here.
Oh man. Well, here's the thing. I mean, there's so much to unpack about this game last night, but one of the memes was highlights of Aaron's, debut, and it like shows him carrying the flag, and then cut to thanks for watching.
Have you seen Brady? Have you seen
Oh
Brady?
yeah, Brady's coming out of retirement. That's your guy. You know what I mean? I mean, the memes are just the savage one. When I don't know if you guys saw it on the page, I posted it and I couldn't stop, and I literally said, "I promise it's the last one." And then I saw another. I'm like, okay, I lied, and I did another meme. I was just up all night sending these memes because they were so funny.
They were so funny.
Not that it's funny that Aaron got hurt. Let's start there. No one wants. I don't care, Jet fan or not. No one wants to see a guy
No,
like
of
that
course
go out
not.
like this.
No, absolutely not.
Now,
But let's give
It's-
it to the defenses. Both defenses played really well. I will tell you, Josh Allen really surprised me, but he's a
Oh,
gunslinger, and
my
he
God.
just keeps throwing these picks, and you're like, stop the bleeding.
What is
when
happening?
the same dude has recovered 3 picks in one game and has never even done that before in a season,
Yes.
something has broken down in the machine. Stop the bleeding.
If I were a coach on the sidelines, I would be losing my mind.
what
yeah.
happened to the Bills?
I don't know.
What happened to
And
the
they
Bills?
didn't let DeMar Hamlin play, and he was cleared by 5 doctors. That was weird to me.
Like, well, I'll be honest. So, in my pick'ems, right, which we're gonna talk about, girl, Sanaz has us up by 2.
That's okay.
Whatever,
Only 2.
it's fine.
Week
it's
one,
okay.
week
We have
one.
plenty of time. Congratulations. But the Bills, when you would see the matchups, you would have fear.
yeah.
There's no fear now.
No.
There's zero fear. I don't know what has changed. The chemistry, has it been ever since DeMar went down? I don't know, but something's not the same.
You're right.
It's
Yeah.
just not the same. I personally, anyway, I won't even go
It's
into the
just
haircuts.
week 1.
I won't even go to the haircuts.
No.
I just think Josh Allen should cut his hair, cut the back of it. Let's get a new vibe. Maybe that'll change the chemistry on the team. I don't know.
Something needs to
It's
change.
just a weird week 1, man.
It's
Can
fine.
what? There's so many things to talk about, but let's
what
just
next?
talk about Zach Wilson real quick.
Okay.
I personally, if the other meme was Salah having this horrible look on his face, and it said something like, when Salah realizes that he has to play Zach again or something like that.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
like, oh my God. And I put a good song on that. I can't remember
Did.
what song. Do you remember what song it
but
was?
It was so fitting.
It was a good song.
Yeah.
Anyway, if I'm the Jets, you got to get a quarterback, whether you think he's the guy or not. There's Wentz. Hey, your boy Matt Ryan's going to come out of the booth. Who knows? Who knows? But maybe if Zach stops sleeping with his mom's best friend and studies, maybe he'll do okay. Did I say that?
I love that you just brought
And if
that
you don't know what happened over the weekend, over last year, look it up.
Oh, that is classic.
Are we going to
Yes.
move on from the Jets?
Move on,
There's
let's
so
move on.
much. Let's go to
Yeah.
the next one. Okay. Oh, Robert Saleh. Do we know that his brother was in the tower?
I do not know that.
Yeah. He made it. But they did this thing about Robert Saleh, the head coach of the Jets. So there's just the whole 9/11 thing.
Yeah.
And then for this to happen,
It was a
it's
heavy
just,
day. It was a heavy day for the Jets.
I will end it with this. So my friend texted me yesterday, and I think a lot of people are feeling the same way. And I think it was something like she said, as a Jet fan, I just know that we're always going to be jinxed.
Oh, it feels like that.
Since
Feels like that.
1969, when they won the Super Bowl versus the Colts
Right.
during the Joe Namath days, they feel that they are cursed. They have never made it back to the Super Bowl. Now, for those of you who don't realize it, 1969. Look how old I look. I was born in 1969. So look at me and go, wow, the Jets haven't been in the Super Bowl since Monica's been alive.
That's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a curse. It is,
I'm
there
so
is-
cute, though.
there
It's
is a
okay.
just- there-
Uh,
it's a curse.
It's a curse.
It's a curse.
So we'll follow the Jets. We'll follow that, and we'll follow. See what happens with the Bills. But Cleveland,
Woof. Again, woof.
Cleveland and Bengals. That was an upset.
I don't
was-
know. Joe Burrow, when
Dude.
you get the highest paid contract, I feel like every
And then
week
you
for the past few
shit the
weeks
bed,
we've been
like you
saying
said.
that
And
you
are we-
get the highest paid contract. But Joe Burrow, man, like you had 8 I don't even know, like 8 completions.
Are we
Dude,
going to blame the weather?
terrible.
Are we going to blame the
No.
weather? Thank you.
No, you're not gonna.
Terrible.
Snow, sleet, rain, hail. We've seen it.
He's the highest paid NFL player, and then went to sleep.
Thank you.
Not even a touchdown.
I'm not putting that on the weather.
And he's in a press conference saying, "Don't worry about week 1." Dude, that's not what people want to hear.
No.
I want to hear you take responsibility for what you didn't do and say, you know what, I need to play better. Don't, dude, you are not that guy yet.
No, thank you.
You're not that guy yet.
I mean, Josh Allen said we lost because of me.
Exactly.
You know.
That's what I want to hear from my QB.
Yeah.
Well, fun fact actually about Cleveland guys in the past. I think it's like 10 years or whatever. They've only beaten a team by over 21 points 3 times, and all 3 times it was the Bengals.
Oh my God.
So there's just something there.
Oh my God.
That the Browns and the Bengals don't vibe.
Thank
No.
you for that fun fact.
Yeah,
that
fun
was
fact, right?
There was some great.
Thank you.
There were some great memes going around Burrows too. After he got paid, and then he just like literally went to sleep.
Yes.
Like he's like I don't
Took
know.
a nap
man.
on that game.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hello. We had our first watch party.
We did.
Hello.
We had our first
Packed
watch party.
house.
It was so packed. And it was so loud that there were moments I had to step outside and just be like, because it was so much
I know.
energy in that room.
I felt bad. One person I know came, and I don't know what she was expecting, but it was so loud. She's like, I don't know. She might have left.
Did we scare her
And
away?
to be fair, I don't even know if she was a Niner fan, but I mean, it was loud.
Yeah.
But for me, it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I mean, the vibe was great. We gave away some amazing gifts, Adidas shoes left and right. We gave you some love. We
Thank
know you couldn't be
you.
there. We
Yes.
covered for you.
Thank you.
We did a little shout out to Tiffany Haddish. I am dead set
She ready.
on having her come. She ready. We ready.
Yeah.
We ready for Tiffany Haddish. Shout out. But the 49ers.
that they look like a Super Bowl bounty.
Thank you.
Oh
Sanaz.
my God.
She
Did I
just
hear
got-
that? Did I hallucinate that?
Well, here's the thing though, like CMC, Christian McCaffrey, he's such a force, and I hate when people get on him for being tiny, because what they don't get is he gets in that pocket so much easier. He's such a harder little squirrel to
Mighty but
grab,
mighty.
and he can do it all. He can do it all. And then you got George Kittle, best haircut ever. He's also a big WWE fan, so I love him for that. Just being a monster on the field. You guys have so many targets.
Debo.
That
And
D,
Brock
that
Purdy,
D.
bravo.
No, babe. Brock, literally, I'm sitting there at the watch party, and I'm like looking around going, is it just me, or does he look even better than last season?
No,
Better.
yeah,
Like,
he
how
does.
is it after
He's
the
put on weight
injury?
though, right? He's
After
put
the
on weight.
injury, he honestly, I'm gonna say it, and I know
Gosh, don't jinx us.
I'm not gonna jinx. Okay, but no, I sat there and I'm like, he looks like the next Joe, the next Steve.
Please be the franchise quarterback that we need.
And you know
Please.
what? The vibe I get from Brock is literally all business.
Yes.
He takes his job serious.
That's what we want.
And I love, and I still go back to what Kittle was kind of laughing when he first came in, and the guys were like kind of chuckling in the huddle.
Yeah.
The vets, and Brock shut them up in the huddle. And then everybody was like, whoa, the kid's, he's coming to play.
That's right.
And I love, and nobody even, I don't know, I haven't heard one person this season so far talk about Mr. Irrelevant, because
No.
it's irrelevant
Mm-hmm.
because he is not only the starter,
Yes.
he is our franchise quarterback.
Yes.
He is.
Absolutely.
And the darts he was throwing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cannon.
I get all excited.
I know.
No, that was
so good.
That was for sure a good game. I would say one of the most exciting ones.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. And can we give a shout out to Drake? 3 sacks.
Oh, I thought you meant Drake the rapper.
Oh, the Drake the Rabbit.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Drake was there.
I
Why?
mean, our defense was on fire. I mean, we look like what I always knew. This is our year.
Yes.
Super Bowl bound.
Absolutely. You heard it
Super
here.
Bowl bound.
Yes.
And who else? Who do we have to get by to get to the Super Bowl? The
Dallas.
freaking Cowboys brought the heat
Dude.
too. I have to give it to them.
Yes.
Dude sent the Giants home packing.
Embarrassing.
Dude,
Pollard came to play.
shut out.
I could not believe that game. That game was really hard for me to watch, but I feel like as a Giants fan, in that first quarter, you realize this isn't going to go so well for me. I'm just going to sit back in the rain and kind of enjoy the beatdown I'm
my
about to get, you
God.
know? But that was a rough game to watch. For sure it was for me.
And would you believe that even 40-0, okay?
Yeah.
People are still not sold on Dak.
What else do they need to see from
I'm
the
still
man?
not sold on
They're-
that.
no,
What else do they need to see?
Because if you tear up the stats, they're still not 100% on Dak because now they're going, okay, well, but the Giants are the Giants. Danny Dimes was Danny Nickel. You know what I mean? Like
Danny Penny.
Danny Penny. I mean, dude, how do you make $160 million in 4 years and do nothing?
That's hurtful.
Nothing.
That's hurtful.
Well, so I have a famous phrase.
Yeah. What is it?
It's only famous to me, but I'll share it with you. But I call it a famous phrase
Okay.
because it's famous
About
to me.
to be famous here. Yes.
So as some of you, well, no one knows actually. So I've been in the mortgage business my whole career. And so I would just take like applications. So this is from years of being a salesperson. Okay. On the phone for 25 plus
Give us
years.
your pitch.
I'm going to give you the pitch, right?
Let's hear it.
And I always knew within 5 to 10 seconds whether I was going to close this deal and whether I wanted to deal with this person. Some money's not worth it, right?
Enlighten us. Yes.
Okay, so you ready for
I'm
my
ready.
ready
I'm
for
ready.
the drop? How it starts is how it ends.
That
Always.
is the damn truth.
Oh, and even in
every
relationships,
relationship.
even in relationships, okay? So let's go to Danny Penny.
Yes.
How it starts is how it ends. When
Oh.
he got drafted, they booed. They booed. At the draft party, the big draft party,
Yeah.
the Giants fan, they're like, and the next pick is, and they put like Daniel Jones, and they went, boo. They booed the man. Booed the man. And then he didn't do so good, and then he came back, and then he kind of did good.
Got
and
paid.
here we go again. Got paid.
Got paid.
Because he did okay. And then
Right.
they were start calling him Danny Dimes.
Damn.
And now we're back to Danny Penny.
Wow.
And I've never heard that, by the way, but that's what I call him.
Yeah.
now. Well, we just
Yeah,
coined
it's
it here.
week
Danny
one.
Nickel, Danny.
Yes.
It's week one.
It's week
true, but
one. I mean, look what happened to the Chargers and the Dolphins. That was
Tell us,
brutal
tell us.
Oh,
for
girl.
me to watch. I don't know. I guess there's, like I said, there's a rule this year that now on every fourth down we're gonna go for it. And
She's
we have
thrilled.
a new offensive coordinator, and our coach is such an analytical algorithm guy that I feel like that gets in the way sometimes. But like, leave it to the Chargers to just lose by 2 points.
I
That's
know.
like kissing your sister as a brother, and I just I hate. That game was rough. I give it to Tua. Listen, last year the guy's head almost got ripped off.
Right.
He's here. He's gained a lot of weight too. You can see he has like totally different body definition.
Yeah.
and
My
isn't he
boy-
doing like jujitsu now?
Yeah,
he's learning
doing
how to
jiu-jitsu.
fall.
He's rolling. He's grappling. And then, again, fantasy football. My boy Tyreek Hill had a 33-point game for
Dude.
me. But he came out afterward, and what did he call himself? He called himself like Mr. Untouchable or like Mr. something like that.
Make
And
your
I'm
own
like,
name.
"Gosh, Tyreek.
No, don't make your own name.
Don't make
no,
your own
leave it
name.
to the fans. Let the fans name you. Okay. You don't
know?
get to name.
But
Hey, what would you name yourself? I named you,
Ooh,
M. Shay.
I know.
What would
I
you name
know.
yourself?
Oh, that's a hard one on the fly, Monica.
I
Hold
know.
on. Let me think about
Come,
this.
we'll come back to
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But it was a rough game to watch as a Chargers fan because you just saw, like I said, it was super explosive offensively both sides. It was really hard to watch. Eckler showed up to play. Keenan Allen looks good. Herbert's arm looks great, but I just
And they
we
lost at
by 2.
home.
Yeah, we lost because we made a bad decision. But there's so many calls in a game. You can go back even to the Monday Night Football game. I'm sorry. The Jets might have won that game, but that was a tripping call that ref missed. That
That's
should
true.
not have been a
That's
Jets
true.
touchdown.
Now let me ask you that. So I'm almost wondering if that should be something that the league looks at on a last play win that you should get an automatic review.
Yes.
I'm calling it.
They're adding new
You like
rules
that?
every year.
Yes.
Add this rule.
Yes.
Add it.
And I just thought of that right now, just as you were saying that, because I did see it, and I'm like, oh, that's right.
That
it
was
was a
tripping.
clear tripping. By the way, regardless tripping or not, shout out to Xavier Gibson.
Yes.
Undrafted, amazing story. For him to get the punt return, score the touchdown, and still the Jets pulled out a win with, Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
He
He was incredible.
But I do think, honestly, a last play like that, if that is like a walk-off for the NFL, right?
Yeah.
I think it should be automatically
Absolutely.
reviewable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So should we do hashtag
Yes.
stay healthy, hashtag
Review.
last play review.
Last play review.
We got a lot of
Last play
hashtags
review.
going on.
What did you guys think of the Thursday night game where the Lions?
Oh, well, you know,
the Lions came to play.
I love my Lions. We know I'm biased.
Okay,
My
talk
Dan
about
Campbell
it.
team, but I was so proud. I thought they were going to win by a little bit more. I was a little bit more, but they won. But they won. They showed up and they won, and I'm proud. It's just week 1. They're going to get even better, and yeah, lots of chatter that this is going to be a good.
What about the
year.
quarterback performances? What did you think?
I mean, there's a lot left to be desired. I feel, but I
Is Goff your guy?
yeah,
You're a
Is
big
he?
golf guy now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys,
a
if
golf
you want
girl.
to send a jersey to our PO box,
Hashtag-
she would
hashtag
love a
golf
Jared
girl.
Goff jersey.
Okay, but we can't talk about that game without talking about the other thing going on right now, which is Tony,
Yeah.
the wide receiver that dropped 4. How many passes? Like, I stopped counting.
I know.
He's getting torn up on social media. In fact, he dropped so many passes, and the fans came after him. He took down his social media.
Oh man,
But wait, here's the best part. This is as I was getting ready today. I'm like, wait, what? So he took down his social media after that game because it
It's
was
rough.
bad. You
Yeah.
can't make that kind of money and not catch a pass that is literally in your hands,
I know,
okay?
I know.
And not just 1, not just 2, not just 3. It was like 4, 6. I did a little song
think
with
it-
that one.
Oh.
What Have You Done For Me Lately by Janet. I brought back the 80s. You know, I always bring the music to the football. But here's what he did wrong today. So he used to be on the Giants, who
Okay.
got beat by the Cowboys.
Yes.
So he trolled. He went back on, activated his social media
oh
again,
no.
came on to talk shit about the Giants and went back off the social media.
You can't do that.
Yes, he did. And then he had such a terrible game. Oh, Stephen A gave him he gave him a lesson today.
Yes.
You can't it was not good.
Dude, you know what though? You can blame him all you want. I'm blaming Mahomes. I'm telling you, it looked so sloppy. Anytime he got out of that pocket, he didn't know what he was doing. He looked disheveled. I don't know if
Do
he
you
had
feel
been
like
practicing with
Mahomes
the team.
needs Kelsey? Because that's what.
Yeah.
But see, that what bothered me though at the press conference afterward when he said, "Well, I guess I don't have as many targets as I thought I had without Kelsey." Don't tell me the tight end makes your game.
Thank you.
Do not go there.
Thank
this
you.
was your boo-boo, and something wasn't clicking. Again, week 1, we never know what's going to happen.
Right.
You know what? I'll give you this fun stat about a quarterback week 1.
Love it.
Go.
Week 1 last year, there was a quarterback who threw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And do you know who that was?
Who?
It's Carson Wentz. And where is he now? Not playing in the NFL.
All right.
Patrick's gonna do his thing, but I have to admit, they have to win this week
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
They have
To prove it's on. Yeah.
Yep, they have to prove it. And how about the Rams? Dude, shock. I lost that one. I picked Seattle. I just
Same.
didn't know if they had it in them. They
Yeah.
played so bad last year.
And we just talked about that with Johnny too, and he was even impressed by that game. I did not see that coming, especially at Seattle and with Cooper Kupp out. I thought that was a wild game.
yeah. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was busy doing what we do, but like I was shocked. I was shocked.
sure.
But that makes it more exciting for this
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes.
You know I'm going to the game.
And we
I
got
know.
two Monday Night Football games this week.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Who?
two.
Who?
I don't know at the top of my head.
Oh my God.
But I
I'm
know
so
we have
locked
two.
in on Sunday. I haven't
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, you're
put it
going to the
together.
game.
Of course I'm going
You're
to the
bringing
game.
football
I'm-
sexy to the game.
Hell yeah. I already am getting all these messages on our page going, are you going? Are you going? Are you going? Where are you going to be? I'm not sure yet. Probably going to be in the pink lot. And I don't know. I got to get a big football sexy sign so
You can
all
be
of our
watching
friends can come find
Be
us.
watching our
Sure.
Instagram stories
Yeah.
so you can find you.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Wow. I mean, so many things went down this week. What do you guys think about the week coming up? Is there any particular game? If you had $1,000, $10,000 on one game, do you have a winner?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I think teams are going to bounce back this week. I think we're going to see a huge bounce back. I do not think the Bengals are going to lose this week. They're going to come ready to play. They really are. As far as matchups go, like I'm one of those people that likes to really sit down and like dive into what's happening, and I haven't done that yet because it's Tuesday and I'm still reveling off last night's game. But I really think that this week you're going to see teams kind of getting more into their footing because remember, a lot of these guys didn't even practice at player camp.
That's
okay?
fair. That's fair.
They didn't. And not everybody is a Bosa who can show up looking like a Greek god and like have a great game.
Thank you.
So these guys have to like kind of learn. And then with the Jets, you got to remember that practice squad, those practices, they've been going with Aaron.
Yeah.
And now they have this new quarterback that they got to learn a style from.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you try to keep them as similar, but are they?
No, they're not. They're not, honestly.
We'll see.
The Packers.
The Raiders will not win next week. I'm just going to say that right
Oh, can we talk about
They're
the
not gonna
Raiders?
win.
That's coming from a Charger fan. We know this. But the Raiders, Jimmy G, pulled out a win
now.
against
The Denver Donkeys.
the Denver Broncos. Another meme had me going.
Oh, Lord, which one?
So there was this one picture of, for those of you who don't know, Russell Wilson is married to Sierra,
Yes.
the singer, okay? And so there's this really nice looking picture of Russell Wilson and Sierra out at some event, and they're all in black. They look fabulous. And somebody put Jimmy G's face on Russell Wilson's, like he's with Sierra. I was like, oh my God.
That's messed up.
They're just,
That's messed up.
Russ is such a nice guy, too. I've worked with him a couple times. He's such a nice guy, you guys. He's so tiny, but he's so nice.
Well, he is. And do you know that Sean Payton, the new head coach, pulled him aside, apparently, rumor has it,
I've
pulled
heard
him
this.
aside
I heard this.
and said, dude, stop being so freaking nice. Stop kissing babies.
Yeah.
I need you to freaking
You're not
throw
running
some
for office.
touchdowns.
You're not
running for office.
Yes.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Sean Payton, who I respect as a coach, is like, stop being nice.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's interesting. I don't know.
What else is happening there?
Well, the Raiders, I'm happy for Jimmy.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
It just, I love where we're at. I love week 1. It's in the books. I think
books.
that
The
there's-
Packers are going to win, I think, this week. I think they're going to be
You
a good
think
team.
so?
Yeah.
Do you have your pick'ems? Can we do the pick'ems?
I do. Okay, we know that week 1 is officially in the books.
Yes.
So I know that Sanaz is up by at least 10. I think we got about, you and I tied. I think we had 8 or 9 wins or
8.
something like that. Okay. So let's go through it. Ready? Quick thoughts. Minnesota, Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh, Minnesota.
Eagles.
Jalen Hurts is going to wake up.
Packers, Falcons.
Packers.
Packers, agree. Ooh, Raiders, Buffalo.
Buffalo. They're bouncing back from that. Ain't no way.
I
Never
might take Jimmy G. We'll
No.
see. All right, Ravens, Bengals.
Bengals.
Oh,
It's hard
that's
for me.
a
Lamar
tough
Jackson's
one.
my fantasy
I
quarterback.
know. I know.
That's
But we'll say Bengals.
Bengals.
I have Bengals, but Lamar, I don't know. Seattle, Detroit.
Detroit.
Seattle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh God. Colts, Texans.
Texans.
Texans, agree. Ooh, Chiefs, Jaguars.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Bounce back.
Bears, Bucks.
Tampa Bay.
Oh.
The Bears are not impressive to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I'm
go with
go
the
Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Justin's gonna have a breakout game.
Everyone's so hard on
Chargers.
Justin Fields.
Titans. Ooh,
My
Titans
Chargers
at
are
home.
gonna win.
My Tennessee babies are at home.
My Chargers are going to win.
I'm just for Sanaz Chargers.
Thank you.
I don't know. Nashville's my second home. I like DeAndre Hopkins, and shout out to Dan and Tori. So I'm gonna go with the Titans.
All right.
Okay. The Giants. Danny Penny is with Arizona.
Oh.
That's just
Tie.
Can we, yeah.
Can we
Can
tie?
we 0-0? Can we just go 0-0? Nobody's gonna score. Okay.
No.
Giants.
Giants.
I picked the Giants too. San Francisco Rams.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Thank you. Okay, we don't even. Y'all know what I picked. Denver, Washington.
Washington.
Ooh. Yeah,
I picked.
Washington.
I picked Denver. They're at home. I'm just. Come on, guys. If you don't win that game, I don't know what to tell you. Miami, New England.
Miami.
Saints, Panthers.
Panthers. Bryce Young, baby.
Ooh.
Panthers.
I'm gonna go Saints.
Derek Carr. I hit the Saints. I could change my mind. We'll see. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Ooh.
I think Pittsburgh. They had a good
Pittsburgh.
game against the Niners.
I have Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I did. All
sure.
right, we'll
I'm
see.
so excited.
See you on the pick'ems.
Friendly competition.
Download our app. Make sure you follow us on our YouTube channel. Football is sexy, and oh my God, week 2, baby. You guys ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it. And as always, keep it sexy.